My name is Kareem Walker. I'm a 33-year-old African American male attending college at South Carolina State University in the speech pathology program. I am currently in cultural language variations class, and I have been tasked with describing myself in relation to the Silas Province visual representation of the cultural growth profile model. It is important for each of us to access our own level of bias we may hold regarding various cultures. This will help us to ensure that cultural responsive care will always be provided. The first question is, what theoretical perspective undergirds the way you approach services? I believe in the critical social theories model. To me, reality is continually changing. It is dynamic. We live in a time where we have access to the majority of information in the world through the internet. And I believe that things are the way that they are now because people have been taught that they matter more than the group. And as long as they are winning, then it is okay to continue doing things the way that they always have been. I believe the second question is, will you focus only on the formal results of assessments, positivism, or incorporate the client's perspective, interpretivism? And the answer to that question is, I believe that a mixture of positivism, the results of an assessment, and the client's perspective is equally valid. Depending on the goal the client has set for themselves will dictate the results regardless of the results of an assessment. If a client does not want to do that goal for any reason, then chances are they won't be able to make progress in that particular area. The third question is, will you be concerned with the contextual factors such as policies and social structures that may affect the person's ability to engage fully in their life? And ID power inequalities in service delivery and work to eliminate those differences? Well, to me, I believe that as a capable provider, we have to take into consideration what a client has lived through in order to get them where they should be at. Different people need help with different things, and it's our job to help them be successful at the end of the day. Not everyone has grown up in a home speaking English as the first language. Some people, English is a second language, and I understand that that may be a barrier, but I believe that I will be able to work with them regardless. The fourth question is, where are you on Hyder's, our textbook's author, pathway of responsive and sustainable engagement, PRSE? And the answer to that is, I think that I am on a cultural humility position because I recognize that there are cultural values, beliefs, and worldviews that are equally valid as my own. We all are on the same level, we all are humans, and we all have the same equal rights. I have not learned yet how to exactly apply my knowledge to the professional field, but I am continuously working on it, and I believe that this class will help me get there. The fifth question is, have you acquired cultural humility, or the ability to acknowledge that there are other cultural values and practices just as valid as my own? And the answer is yes. And to me personally, I've always wanted to understand the reason why people do certain things. And the answer that I came up with is, I believe that it's either how they were raised, the culture they're from, or it's who they decide to become. Because we as people are not stuck beings. We are able to change and adapt to different situations. And we have the ability to make ourselves into who we want to be. The sixth question is, are you culturally self aware and have you gained cultural knowledge as indicated by your location on the cultural growth profile model? And my answer to that question is, I think that I'm culturally self aware and there is still room for me to grow to be able to understand others better. I believe that I am at the level of knowledge of peripheral situations level. I am above the knowledge of bias and stereotype levels because I try to actively ignore biases and stereotypes. It's one of the things that I was taught in the military. And since I am so different myself, I believe that other individuals do not necessarily have to fit in the mold that is predefined for them. We all have the ability to grow and change depending on whether or not we want to, even if you are from a culture that doesn't normally allows it. We have the human rights and the ability to do that. At my level, the textbook states that there are risks of having misperceptions and incorrect expectations of cultural difference from my own because I only have a peripheral knowledge of those different from me. The media tends to put out a lot of information about cultures, and for the most part, it's typically wrong. Even reality TV is fake nowadays. So we cannot trust the media to give us a true explanation of who people are and how they will behave. I have to experience or learn more about other cultures for myself before I can enter the knowledge of organized experience step. I have a little experience working with other people from other cultures due to my time in the military, but it was always on a work basis. Never really a get to know them, get to know their culture, and see how they live. And I believe that I may have to pay for those classes in the future in order to reach the level of organized experience steps because I don't know of a lot of opportunities to engage with others who are not like me at this point in time. I think that I am partially at the self reflection stage because of the way that I see the world. I see myself as water. I am always changing and adapting to what is around me. I have accepted that I am not perfect and there will continue to be room for growth as long as I live. I am not at the final level yet because even though I do value and respect other cultures, it's from my own point of view. I have not learned enough information about other cultures to put myself in the place of others yet. I am empathetic to the plight of others, but I do not know the right way to help others yet. I have had a little experience, but I believe that as I matriculate through my career, I believe that I will become a more culturally responsive SLP. With my limited experience, I have learned to make sure that I do not impose my own religious belief and celebrations of holidays onto others. In the past, I learned that not all people celebrate the same holidays. Christmas may be a big thing to me, but that does not mean that everyone else celebrates it. So it would be inappropriate of me to use Christmas materials with a child who does not celebrate Christmas. I've also learned that not everyone celebrates Halloween, and that the act of dressing up for Halloween could be offensive to some. And I should not use Halloween materials for those types of clients. In the past, I have also come across families who do not celebrate birthdays. And honestly, to me, that was a little different at first because I believed that everyone celebrated holidays. But with the knowledge that I've learned now, I know that it could be inappropriate for me to try to give a child gifts for their birthdays or to try to celebrate their birthday with them because it'll be offensive to the child and their family. As I learn more, I am able to do more and to hopefully protect others' interests. I am invested in learning and growing and becoming a cultural responsive SLP.